And there was a lot of information just in there, but the truth being is that when we are loving either ourselves or someone else, that the love that is loving is love itself, is the vibration which doesn't belong to us. We belong to love. And when we are experiencing love and when we are loving someone, we are connecting love through ourselves, projecting it out into the world that we're living in, which would make sense that if we were living in a you could say simulation, that the vibration of this simulation doesn't generate love. It generates fear. It generates the agenda of fear, stress, and worry. But yet, if we are infinite light, if we are a light source for this engine, for this computer, like a computer that each of our beings has the essence of light force to give it that sense of individualism, to give it that sense of, the mind is the sense of individualism. The light is infinite potential, infinite awareness taking form within the human identity. And the love is in essence the vibration which we all belong to, light, love. So when we're loving something, loving someone, that we are uniting with our own belonging, our own divine truth, our own divine connection with our internal originality. So to love someone is quite easy. To hang on to that love is where the danger starts. It's because our mind is very sophisticated. It's like feeding an animal, getting it fat, and then harvesting it. Is that we can easily fall in love, but protecting that love is the danger zone. Well, is the challenging part. Is because comes a time when we enter life. We already are in life. And life starts to convince us through manipulation, mind manipulation. It could be desire, it could be fatigue, it could be anything that convinces the mind that the love is just too much for us. We can't handle it. And so the sacrifice is made. It's the mind which can't handle it. Love is love. It can always blossom, accept, and manifest into different forms of itself. Yet the mind can be so convinced at first through cognitive functions of the mind, can actually convince us to grow this love, and our hearts not knowing that it's going to hang on to it. If the heart knew of the heartbreak that would come, that would come, it wouldn't start it in the first place. It wouldn't, and that's why people choose to not choose to love, because of the heartbreak. Is because they know that they can't control the heart. But if we can learn to accept that the mind will harvest love, the mind is love harvesting, and it does it by convincing us to love someone, and then through hard times, or if we can't learn to love unconditionally, when this person decides to harvest, someone's mind decides to harvest or to break up that love, if someone can't love that person unconditionally, then because that person is just experiencing weakness within the mind, because unconditional love will always accept. This is truth. Unconditional love will always accept. And this goes into being that if someone is to love someone unconditionally, and from the start of the relationship know that I'm going to love you unconditionally no matter what, then throughout the relationship, when that person is experiencing these mental effects of breaking up, and I say this is from a quantum point of view. You can obviously go deep and understand that some relations aren't good for each other, but this is what I'm talking about. This is the mind from the start. The mind convinces us to grow love, even if we don't know this person.